Well, in just 2 days, we've witnessed a large degree of anxiety on financial markets. The latest is that the stock market has fallen to an 8-month low. This comes from some wild trading on US markets as a direct result of rising inflation. Now, Americans are facing a full-on debt crisis if these levels rise further. They're at 7% at the moment, interest rates at least. Locally today, our annual inflation growth hit 3.5%. We're still not expecting a rise in interest rates until much later in the year. I should repeat that rate of inflation in the US is 7%, not the interest rate. But it's not the actual numbers that caught my attention to the story today. It was how questions on inflation were handled by the bumbling, stumbling Joe Biden. Now, this is quite something. The White House is struggling, of course, to communicate and convince anyone that it's got a handle on the inflation train. And no president can really reverse trends like increased consumer demand and supply chain shortages. But as he held a press conference today, Fox News reporter Peter Dosey, who often baits Biden, I should say, during media briefings to catch him out, asked him whether inflation was a political liability to him. And watch what happened.
What do you think President on inflation? Do you think inflation is a political liability?
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of
You heard right. On a live microphone, after Ducey tried to back Biden into a corner, he sarcastically says, no, that's a great asset. More inflation. A stupid son of... You know what he said. How did he not know he wasn't being heard on that microphone? Have a listen again.
That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a...
If the microphone was any closer, he would have had it down his throat. Former Trump Chief of Staff, Mick Mulvaney, told my colleague Laura Jays afterwards that these public slips have been happening frequently of late.
It's becoming more common, and I don't know why. It used to be that Joe Biden, it's the second time in the last 24 to 48 hours, he accused another reporter when asking a question about Ukraine and the possibility of preemptive sanctions, denigrating that reporter by saying that was a stupid question. That's not a stupid question. It's a fair question that a lot of people have asked.
Of course, the truth is that Joe has a history of uttering profanities on and behind live microphones. Roll the tape. 2010, and Joe was caught telling then-President Barack Obama that passing the Affordable Care Act was a big effing deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States of America, Barack Obama.
He's just a walking, talking liability for his own party and for his country, more so now than ever before. And this is why we have the possibility of war in the Ukraine and possibly in Taiwan. The likes of China, Russia and Iran see the US as weak because it's just got an incompetent and mistake-riddled president. And a weak American leader is seen as a prime opportunity for rogue and ambitious nations.